Hi, this is Chuck. Welcome to our video question of the week. This week our question comes in from Bill in Utah, and he asks, do most other members give their employees company credit cards? Yes, and they don't like it at all. You know, there's good and bad with that, and the company credit cards have the same kind of concerns that you do on your own credit cards at home or anything. There's all sorts of erroneous charges and you know, cab fares that turn into crazy things that have happened that we've heard about, and just a variety of things gone bad. But yes, they do, and really they limit it to just people who travel. So we try to recommend that our members just really focus on 4 things. One is gas, you know, so if you have a vehicle, you got to put gas in it, and basically what happens there is they just have that card, and it's for that purpose. Now, one of the things I recommend is have them scan in that receipt, or to take a picture of the receipt and write mileage on it all the time. So have your starting mileage on every gas receipt you get, and then that way, if your invoices for service or whatever get questioned about the mileage, you have it tracked to the gas receipts. The other thing is hotels. Try to set it up with a hotel if you can in advance where they bill you, but if not, just use a good judgment on mid-range hotels, and make sure that your employees know which hotels you prefer them to stay at, and have that receipt with the date on it, and have them attach that to the project they were working on, basically. The next item is meals. You know, so most of our companies have a breakfast, lunch, and dinner per diem type thing, and just have them use the credit card when they're traveling out of town and have their meals on there. But keep to your per diem. So make sure that just because they have a credit card doesn't mean they can go over that per diem amount. So stick to that real carefully. And then the final thing really is just hardware and miscellaneous parts that they would pick up for places that you don't already have an account set up. If they're out of town, need to go to hardware stores or whatever, they can use it for that. And then again, make sure they write the job number on the receipt before they scan it or take a photo and send that back in. So those are really the only 4 reasons I can think of to have your employees have a credit card. Limit it just to that. The other thing is, from time to time, is spot check those receipts as well as the miscellaneous job expenses yourself from time to time. It's really enlightening to look at what things cost and look at what things were put on the job, and then start to see if you have repetitive cases where the same type of hardware was, you know, purchased at a retail store over and over again, and then to think, well, why don't we supply those in our vehicles and stuff. So it'll give you a good idea of what kind of things that you need to stock, and some of the stuff that you can, you know, make better choices, I guess, from time to time. But just don't issue those cards to everybody, just people that travel. Have one in the office that you would use for administrative purposes if you do the bookings for places that require that. And then really just kind of let the people know that you're limiting it to those 4 things. We've seen crazy stuff show up on company credit cards that we've heard about, with anything from hot tubs to buying pets to plastic surgery. We've heard it all that were put on a company credit card, and in many cases we have seen that before the employee leaves, and then you end up with a mess. So just make sure 4 things, you limit it to that. Some of the credit card companies will only accept charges from those 4 things. So be very mindful of it. It is a problem, and it is a potential risk for the company to damage their credit if these things get abused and stuff. So great question, thanks.